folks, and welcome to Generation Next. On this week's show, we're going to be looking ahead to 2021, the games we're looking forward to playing on PS5 and Xbox Series X, as well as features that we hope are going to be coming to the new consoles. Joining me as ever is Xbox expert Jordan Remake.
What's up?
And PlayStation Pro Tamoor Hussein.
Hello everyone, how are we today?
Doing alright, thanks, Tam.
Any personal attacks on me, Lucy, this week? Anyway, you want to shit on me from a great height again?
She did you dirty last week.
Can I just say that when you tweeted out that clip, you very conveniently left off the bit where you tried to do a reverse dunk on me and it just failed. So, just putting that out there. No, I don't have any dunks yet, but we still have time. Okay, Jordan, which 2021 game are you most looking forward to?
Hollow Knight Silksong, which I just assume at this point must be 2021 because Team Cherry has not said anything about this game since December 2019, other than the fact that they're working on it, and which I assumed meant 2020, but given that we're now days away from the year ending, I'm like, I assume just now 2021? It has to be. It has to be.
So I'm going to say, just because, a peek behind the curtain, we are filming this a couple of weeks before, and so to cover ourselves just in case a release date gets announced, that's this section here. What if, because the Edge cover hasn't been revealed yet, and it could be a big one. It could be the Hollow Knight Silksong. So just in case it is.
That would be wonderful.
That would be wonderful for Jordan. But regardless, it probably wouldn't come out until 2021.
I must say, on Slack, like for every event, like E3, PAX, Nintendo Directs, I'm always just posting, I'm like, maybe this will be the one. Maybe this will be the one where they're like, you know what, Silksong is coming out in 6 months on this day, and it is never that time. And
well, Jordan, if you've been a good boy, when Santa comes down his chimney, maybe he'll have a piece of paper with a digital code for Hollow Knight Silksong on it.
I'm just tired now, Tam. I'm just tired about the
The
whole
piece
thing.
of paper will actually say just the word "no chance" on it, and he'll give it to you. And then you'll be like, Santa, why aren't you wearing a mask?
I don't ever want to see it again! Ever! And if you don't do it, you're fired! And I see you do it again, you're gone!
I would say 99% of the reason why I want Silksong is for me, but like the last 1% is for you, Tam, because I want them to address all the problems that you had with the first Hollow Knight so that you can play it, because Hollow Knight is such your game. It is a game about a society falling apart in the wake of an infection with a dreamlike state. I'm like, it is a Metroidvania Bloodborne, and the fact that you don't like it breaks my heart.
I didn't say I don't like it. I just found there's enough annoying things in there that I was like, this is frustrating me right now. I'll come back to it when I have more time. I'm actually downloading it. I have it downloaded on my Switch for this break.
Oh, okay. So could be, this could be the time that you finally get into it. Maybe next year your TV behind you won't have Bloodborne anymore.
Oh, maybe it will have something else on there. Maybe it will have Bloodborne 2.
Do you want to talk about what game you're most looking forward to?
Oh, my game. I doubt you could even imagine it.
Oh my god.
That which commanded the stars, giving life its fullest brilliance. The Elden Ring! Oh, Elden Ring. Shattered.
Like your dreams.
Or something. Don't
Would be demonetized if Evan just plays the trailer?
Yeah, just play the trailer. Yeah.
No, we should be okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Elden Ring is the game that I'm most excited about seeing. Who knows?
I was gonna say, are you so sure that it's coming out next year?
Oh, whether or not it was coming out next year, I have to believe it.
Tam and I have both listed games that have no release date.
Yeah, I've got very few things left in this existence that is keeping me hanging on to life. Elden Ring is one of them. If that doesn't show up next year, you know what? You might need to find a new managing editor for GameSpot.
I don't like this conversation. This is really dark. Are you okay?
Turn.
Without Elden Ring, this is what happens.
Do we need to have an intervention on this episode?
Do I need to reach out to someone?
Look up at the sky. It burns. for that Elden Ring. Yeah, I'm excited for. I hope it comes out next year. At the very least, we'll see it. I kind of think that it might. It's been in development for long enough, but then again, there's the things where they say it's the biggest. It's meant to be on a scale that they haven't tried before. It's going to be open world, supposedly, and in my mind, I've got the idea that they've basically gone, what? We've made games about single fallen kingdoms all this time. What if we made one fat off game with multiple fallen kingdoms in there? And then imagine like Zelda, but each dungeon is a Dark Souls game. Imagine there's like, you go to one place and you're like, this is, Lordran. You go to another place and you're like, what's going on here? What has the Elden Ring's destruction caused over here? And it's Bloodborne. You're like, oh, I don't know. I think this is the problem. Having seen nothing,
You're hyping yourself for something that might not even be true.
My mind is, yeah. Miyazaki shows up and he's like, I made a clicker game. It's called Elden Ring. Plays yourself.
You at this point, you've just kind of become the personification of r/Elden Ring.
I am r/Elden Ring. It's me. I'm full of the memes. I am me and Daily Elden Ring update lad.
Who seems lovely, by the way.
I've been chatting to him. We had a nice DM conversation. We're homies now because we share. We're talking about Elden Ring news. Who does the Elden Ring update on YouTube?
We've given him a shout out before.
Yeah, we've given him a shout out. Yeah,
but go over there and sub.
Yeah, YouTube.com. Hit up. The channel's called Elden Ring News. But yeah, we were chatting throughout the Game Awards and commiserating together. Me and him are just like the embodiment of that Reddit now.
Yeah, well, I guess the thing is that now you understand how A Song of Ice and Fire fans feel, and it's kind of intensified that because he's also working on Elden Ring.
The thing about the Song on Ice and Fire, like the last thing that we had from Software was amazing. Like it was Sekiro and Demon Souls. The last thing we had in the Song of Ice and Fire universe is poop from a butt. So
in his defense, George backed away from Game of Thrones, the show, a long time ago.
I was excited for the last book or the latest book, and then that show finished. I was like, I don't give a single fuck about any of this anymore.
It is wild. God, we really have gone a tangent here, haven't we? But it is wild how big the fall from grace Game of Thrones was. It's almost as if season 8 was eternal sunshine from people, and it's just like, oh, wouldn't it be great if there was a TV show of Song of Ice and Fire? I think that would be really, really cool. But it's okay because HBO are making a prequel series next year, whatever. So Elden Ring, obviously, Hollow Knight Silksong.
Yep.
Mine is a game that we, at least at this point, know is going to be released next year, and that is the next God of War. I kind of go through these phases where I want to replay God of War because I played it twice. But I never went for the platinum, and that's always kind of been always been eating away at me. And I was even looking at guides yesterday, but I know nothing about that game beyond what you can kind of put together from how God of War 2018 ended. But I just think God of War 2018 was so my shit. It was so beautifully put together, from the gameplay, from the story, to creating an actual character out of Kratos and not just some caricature. And maybe it's just because he's in Fortnite now and I'm seeing Kratos everywhere flossing.
Alongside
him
Master
and
Chief.
Master Chief just doing a
and the Chief
dance
flossing. But if it is Ragnarok that they are doing, which is hinted at the end of the last game, I think. Also, I'm reading Norse mythology by Neil Bloody Gaiman, so it's all I can think about.
Corey, if you're listening,
Corey,
there needs to be a hammer pulled you off joke in there. If there isn't, gonna be very upset, Corey.
So we know right now that game is coming out next year. And I think one of the reasons I picked it, because my other game that I'm super, super looking forward to is Gotham Knights, because I can't believe it's been so long since we've had a Batman game. But even though Batman's not in this one, I know.
Has it been that long?
Yeah,
It's
I was about to.
2015?
Oh my god, I was about to. I'm actually so hard.
Yeah,
there.
I know. But I know Batman's not in it, but it will have the Arkham fighting, and it will be set in Gotham. etc.
Came
etc.
this close again. I'm actually
I know.
this close.
I could feel it. That would be my other pick, but I ultimately went for God of War because one of the things I've noticed is that going from playing Astro Bot and Miles Morales and Spider-Man to playing third-party games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Cyberpunk 2077, the difference in how games are using the DualSense is so vast. Playing these first-party games that have been designed and have the DualSense compatibility like programmed in, having all the vibration, having the noises and stuff, just feels so cool. And then you play a game like Valhalla or Cyberpunk where just there is no vibration half the time, and it just feels really weird. Like I'm on this dirt bike in the middle of the Badlands and I'm getting no feedback from doing this sick jump, or I'm getting no feedback from my weapons or anything. That was a real big thing in Valhalla. It just feels like you're swinging into thin air. And so that's why I'm really looking forward to God of War, because I imagine that Sony Santa Monica are actually thinking about that stuff and putting it in. And I think out of everyone, Sony first party studios are going to be the people who will be doing really cool things with that tech. So
Lucy's like, how did I deal with this peasantry for so many years
why you
before the
play Demon's
DualSense
Souls.
controller?
yeah,
Demon's
Demon's
Souls
Souls.
is all over it.
Yeah. So that's why I picked God of War. Okay, let's go on to what we hope to see from the consoles themselves. What features, what improvements? Jordan, come to you for Xbox.
All right, for Xbox, I want them to implement more of their labels on the games, like the
Badges.
the badges. Those are what they're called. Thank you. So they currently have the one for if it's XS enhanced, or like it has upgrades for the new consoles, or if it's on Game Pass, or if it's with games with gold. But there's still room for a few more. And I think a really cool one would be for games that support quick resume, just like a QR or something like that, just on the square, on the tile for the game, so you know immediately whether or not the game that you have like supports quick resume, and it will just save your spot when you decide to switch over to Apex Legends or Rocket League or something like that.
You want those games to look like Boy Scouts with the amount of badges on them.
All those badges.
Just think about all the badges.
I love labels. I love lists. I live for that.
Do you remember the Batman Arkham?
Yes.
Knight? See the
It
cover?
was Arkham City, the
Oh my god.
Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, just not a single
flooded.
bit of negative
Flooded.
space on there. Just logos up the wazoo.
Yeah, we want it to look like that. That's a good one. I want that too, because right now it's sure, maybe the messaging around everything has been quite confusing and difficult to follow. And I mean, we're in the space, so we are we have to follow that stuff all the time. You see it on Twitter, you see it at work. But if you're someone who's not very online, perpetually online, it's so
You
easy to
lucky
miss
dog.
that stuff.
If you're a smart person.
So that would be a great fix. Tam, what about you?
My one is a simple one, and it is the PlayStation 5's Game Base, which is just a nightmare. Like, I hate it so much. I just wanted... Remember when on the PS4 where you could press a button and then see your friends list, and it was just there, and you'd just be like, oh, there's my friends. Now you open that thing and it's like, here's every party that you've ever been associated with, and we're going to bury all your friends in there. But sometimes we'll put one of your friends up here because we think you might like this friend. But then the next time you turn it on, that friend's not going to be there. All I want is my friends list. Online, offline. If you want to put like parties at the bottom, that's fine. If I have to like put a little button at the top that's like press this to see your parties, and I'll press it, I see my parties. I don't want to constantly see every party that anyone on my friends list is part of or that I'm part of. Leave it out. Just clean that shit up.
Leave
Sony.
it out, Sony. Yeah, okay. I agree with that. I'll allow it. Mine is also sort of friends related. I have two.
You got two friends. Oh.
What is y'all's problem with friends? Like,
One of mine is, given that there are so many games now that support cross-platform play, just please put Discord on consoles. It would be great. I would love to have a cross-party chat. I know in some games you can have cross-platform I think you can have cross-platform parties, like you can have group chat in-game, but I think it would be really cool if you could just have Discord.
Yeah,
Because I use it a lot.
that's a great one.
But also my other suggestion is, and actually this is something that Xbox has and PlayStation doesn't, and I would love for PlayStation to have this too. It is a feature where when you take a screenshot on Xbox, it automatically uploads it to your phone. And
Yes,
I think
it does,
PlayStation,
and it's wonderful.
PlayStation should 100% do that, because it makes crafting tweets and getting screenshots so much easier, and just having all of that stuff on your phone, fantastic. So kudos Xbox, step it up PlayStation. What are your wildcard predictions for 2021? This is for the dreamers. But Jordan, I'll come to you first. We'll pause the dream for a second.
Okay, so 2021 is going to be a good year. I hope, I pray, I know in my heart, for BioWare. I think we're gonna get like another trailer for Dragon Age. We're gonna find out that the new Mass Effect game is a sequel to Andromeda, and like we're gonna get the Legendary Edition. And most importantly of all, Anthem 2.0 is going to come out with a next-gen update for the game, and it will be good. Not
Okay.
great, not phenomenal, but it will be good.
So, every
I love that. Jordan, dreaming big, Anthem will come out and it will be absolutely fine.
It will.
You could have said it will be amazing. And we're all gonna.
and we'll all be
My
wrong.
dreams aren't that big, Tam. My
dream is for
aren't
Anthem
that
to come
big.
back, which is like who cares that much?
If it's just
it's gonna
good,
be bang
I
average.
think that'll be fine.
I mean, is it not in BioWare's best interest? And I say this knowing that hundreds of people worked on that game. I don't want to shit on it at all. I think Anthem had a lot of great ideas, but is it within, should they just drop it at this point? Or do you really think there is that Final Fantasy 14-esque redemption story that's just waiting to happen for Anthem?
See, I don't think it's there. I don't think there's like a FF14 redemption arc to Anthem, but I think that they can recover and deliver something that's at least good in like before games like Avowed and Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield start coming in and dominating the conversation for upcoming RPGs. BioWare can just be like, we came back and we fixed our loot-based shooter and added some nice story-based RPG elements to it, the stuff that we know that you people like. And I think they can salvage that and have a decent 2021 while we're anxiously awaiting some news about Mass Effect and Dragon Age.
Yeah, I would like to see it come back and do really well because, like Lucy said, like the fundamentals of that game were there. Like the flight stuff felt good. It was
Until you crashed to Earth.
Yeah, and then I was just like, oh my god, why are you doing this? But yeah, I don't know. Like I want it to be there, but I don't. I feel like I'll struggle to care, especially in a year when like other major RPGs are coming out and also games as a service titles are coming out. I'm just like, you had your chance. Move on.
I mean, speaking of Mass Effect, I keep forgetting that Legendary Edition's only really been rated for, do we still call it current gen? PS4 and Xbox One.
I say last gen now.
Last gen now? I find that very surprising. I assume the next gen patches will be coming at some point, but it's so
Maybe
strange. It's so strange for me to think of that game as a PS4, Xbox One game instead of a current gen game. But I agree with you. I also really, really hope that it's a great year for BioWare, because God knows they need it. And God knows the fans.
I would say we need it.
We need it. All right, Tam, what's your dream?
Metal Gear Solid Remake from Bluepoint Studios. It's gotta happen. I mean, there's been like rumors about it forever. Various people have said it's happening, and others have said, and they've been doing some cryptic tweeting recently that alludes to a bunch of things. And I feel like Metal Gear Solid being brought back right now is kind of perfect. This is the right time for it. One, because Sony is now like, well, Bluepoint knocked it out of the park with, they have done with Shadow of the Colossus and Demon Souls, and Sony's on this kind of like absolute tear with bringing back iconic PlayStation franchises that have been formative moments in the console's history, and few of them are as formative as Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation was. So that studio is the perfect studio. They worked on the HD remakes of 2, 3, And I think Portable Ops as well, maybe, or Peace Walker, one of those two. They did a HD collection, so they're familiar with the franchise to a degree. And then it works out for Konami as well, because Konami is still facing an uphill struggle. They're not committed to making big games. If Sony rolls up and is like, we've got this blank checkbook, and we'll do a lot of the heavy lifting, we've got a studio ready, and Konami's is like, okay, cool, partnership, we benefit off of it, you know, you get to you make the game and we get some goodwill out of it, that's fine. And then Bluepoint roll up, they make that game. My dream is for Bluepoint to become like, I want Sony to roll up, buy everything Konami has and turn Bluepoint into Konami 2.0, and just be like, you make Metal Gear, you make Silent Hill, you make Castlevania, they're your franchises now. Konami's over there making pachinko money, but every now and then they're going to come in and see if you cleaned your room, and you just go, yeah, and then they'll leave. That's it.
I'm all for more remakes that allow me, the baby, to play a bunch of games that I was too young to play the first time.
Dude, that first Metal Gear, oh my god, if they remade that, I would cry. I think like a Bluepoint remake of, or a remake of Metal Gear with Kojima's involvement feels doable as well. Like, I feel like you could be like, hey mate, we're going to remake your game, you want in? And he'll be like, yeah, I'll come in and make sure this, you know, the ship is going the right way. I can be a resource that you can hit up. He loves that kind of like collaborative kind of thing, you know, and he can kind of not cement, but like give fans what they want. I think if it does happen, Sony or whoever it is will make a point of saying, yeah, Kojima's involved, he's around, he's like, every now and then he rolls up and is like, this is good, I like this, I like his hair, it's nice.
Okay, I think that's a great dream to have, Tam. My dream is that I hope that Final Fantasy 16 comes out next year, and that it's going to be way sooner than we anticipate, because there was these rumors and stuff going on. I think it was official PlayStation Magazine or Game Reactor in the UK posted, oh, Final Fantasy 16's coming out in 2021, which, given that we only saw it over the summer when it was revealed, I think everyone just in their head was like, oh, Square Enix announced a game, sure, we'll see that in 2-3 years time, but if it comes out next year, I would absolutely love that. I was legit listening to the Final Fantasy 15 soundtrack all day, and given that it's under the watchful gaze of Yoshida-san and the Final Fantasy 14 development team, who, and I'm not playing Final Fantasy 14 right now because I can't. I know that I'll get sucked into it. I know that I'll get so sucked into it. But
I started playing and it's good.
That's the thing. Listening
Join
to
me.
Michael Hyam, listening to Ben Janka, John Luke, and everyone who plays it and loves that game, I just think that given everything they've learned on recent Final Fantasies, including 7 Remake, and having the watchful gaze of the 14 team, I think 16, especially because it looks dark as it's back to high fantasy, which is, you know, not the modern stuff anymore. Sorry, my sweet boys.
Not
and
that
your sweet,
lowbrow.
And your sweet car. But I just think it's weird to me that Deathloop, God of War, Gotham Knights, and Final Fantasy are my most anticipated games right now. But my dream is that it comes out Q2. Like, just no nonsense. Just bam, there it is. Another Kudo Sonoda reference.
There it is, like the bottom of a shoe. Final Fantasy.
Like the bottom of an Avatar shoe. So that's it for our hopes and dreams for 2021. What?
You make it sound like our hopes and dreams are coming to an end.
They're not coming to an end. I'm just saying that in the context of the episode. Those were our hopes and dreams for 2021. What are your
And thus,
hopes and dreams?
2020 has thoroughly crushed all our hopes and dreams.
Perhaps we'll be better off in 2021.
We go into 2021 as hollow husk human beings with nary a hope, nary a dream.
Oh, you are getting ready for Hollow Knight.
Wow, he really is. So, I've already said it. Let us know what you're most looking forward to in 2021, and don't be afraid to dream. Hold on to those dreams. Don't be like, I don't know. What
You know what I'm looking forward to in 2021? Corona vaccine. Wee.
So those are our hopes and dreams for 2021. Beyond, you know, the world slowly healing and getting back to a better place.
The world is healing.
Nature's healing.
You know what? I'm just going to roll with that outro because this is like the third one that we've done. But let us know what games and features, etc. you're most looking forward to in 2021 in the comments below. And I just wanted to say thank you all for sticking with us for almost 20 weeks of this ridiculous but very, very fun show that we've been making. We'll be back in some form next year. It won't necessarily maybe be under the Generation Next banner, but we've got some plans. Not going to go into too much detail right now, but we'll be back. That's kind of like a really James Bond, like the Generation Next crew will return.
I want to see that exactly what you said transcribed and used on the next Marvel movie. Might be back. I'm not sure in what form, but Nick Fury. We've got some plans.
So yes, thank you everyone for watching and enjoying our stupid jokes and being a really fun audience. Jordan, Tam, do you have anything to say?
Yes, I would like to thank our editor Evan Langer, who has been nobody has seen Evan, but he's just like 7 foot super buff, like absolute editing machine. He loves Zelda, so he wears like it's massive t-shirt, like it's pulled across his rippling chest, and it's just got tingle on it. But Evan's amazing.
Yeah,
and
couldn't have done this without him.
All the jokes that you love and all the quick edits and fun stuff is basically because of him. We just say it and then he makes it funny.
So yeah, the show's only good because of Evan. All our bad jokes are cut away.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Evan. What have you got to say for yourself, Evan?
Well, I just want to say there was some very nice words, Tam. I didn't expect anything less from you. And for anybody listening to this, thank you so much for tuning in every week. I had a blast working on this show. And stay tuned for what the future might hold for GameSpot.
Yeah, but how much you benched though, Evan?
Dude, I benched like 30 Tams.
Oh,
Whoa.
Damn. Whoa.
Wow. All right, I think that just about does it. Thank you everyone again. We'll see you in the new year. Have a wonderful holiday season.
Bye.
Bye.
Hot girl summer.